You didn't even realize it was a test. You just chose peace. You didn't argue when you were misunderstood. You didn't fight when someone dismissed you. You didn't chase what was already walking away, and yet you passed something bigger than you could see. That wasn't weakness. That was alignment. That was wisdom disguised as stillness. And now, the universe is responding. But before we go further, take a deep breath. Because this message is not just something to hear. It's something your energy will feel. If you were meant to find this today, pause. Stay with me. Because you're about to understand why things happened the way they did. If this resonates at any moment, type below, I stayed true. I passed the test. I'm ready now. It will affirm what your soul already knows. Let me tell you about Mariah, a woman from Nevada. She had been working in the same office for 7 years. Loyal, quiet, kind. The kind of person who brings snacks to the break room and never takes credit for ideas she helped build. Then one day, the promotion went to someone else. Someone newer, louder. Someone who had once told Mariah her ideas weren't bold enough. Mariah sat in her car that night and cried. Not because she lost the promotion, but because she thought maybe kindness just didn't win. She wanted to storm out. She wanted to yell, but she didn't. Instead, she went home and stayed silent. She told the universe, if this isn't for me, then redirect me. And she let go. 2 weeks later, she was contacted by a client she'd worked with years ago. He'd started a new company, and he wanted her to run the entire department. Not assist, not support. Lead, higher pay, more flexibility. A creative team she could build from scratch. Mariah passed the test. And the universe? It responded. Loudly. You may not have cried in your car, but you've had your moment. You've faced the temptation to scream, to quit, to prove yourself. And still, you chose grace. You chose maturity. You chose your higher self. That's what this message is about. You were being tested not for punishment, but for preparation. Because the blessing that's meant for you requires a version of you that doesn't panic, that doesn't chase, that doesn't crumble every time someone says no. And now that you've passed that threshold, now that you've stood in your truth even when it hurt, the response is coming. But not just in one area, in many. It may arrive as unexpected money. It may arrive as the right person showing up with no effort. It may arrive as peace, as opportunity, as sudden clarity. But the energy, it's already in motion. Because the universe doesn't test you for fun. It tests you to elevate you. And right now, in the skies above, something ancient is unfolding. Something that confirms your elevation in the most divine way. This very week, cosmic alignments are syncing with your inner shift. On July 24th, a powerful new moon rises in Leo. It's not just another phase, it's a reset, a cosmic silence, inviting you to begin again. But this time from power, not pressure. New moons wipe the slate clean. They erase noise and amplify intention. This particular new moon opens the gate for creative breakthroughs, bold confidence, and spiritual renewal. You pass the test and now the sky clears just for you. No full moon shadows, no distractions, just an open path. And your soul standing at the edge, ready, and just days later, as if the heavens want to make sure you don't miss the message. The Delta Aquariids Meteor Shower lights up the night sky around July 29th to 30th. Dozens of shooting stars will streak through the darkness, each one a cosmic signature confirming your spiritual upgrade. You've been watching for signs. Here they are, written in stars, etched in night, guided by energies older than time. Imagine standing outside under that black sky, the quiet air holding your breath, and then a streak of silver across the heavens. That's not random. That's response. That's the universe saying, I saw you pass the test. Here's your confirmation. Have you ever looked at a sky full of stars and felt like one of them was blinking just for you? That's exactly what these nights are. If you're paying attention, and if you're being shown this now, you're exactly where you need to be. You've stepped into alignment with the greater rhythm of life. You've aligned your inner world with the motion of the cosmos. Let me tell you another story. Eli from South Africa was ghosted by someone he thought was his soulmate. No closure, no goodbye. Just silence. He almost let it destroy his self-worth. Almost begged for answers. But instead, he wrote one final message. I release you. I choose peace. I trust what's meant for me. No reply, but 2 weeks later, Eli received something else. A job offer from a company in Amsterdam. The exact job he once thought was out of his league. And with it came a relocation package, creative freedom, and new beginnings. He passed the test, and the universe didn't just replace the pain, it rewarded the growth. That's what's happening to you now. If you've felt like nothing's working, if you've been doing the inner work but see no results, if you've been choosing growth but feeling stuck, this message is your confirmation. You were never stuck. You were being still. So you could hear divine instructions. You weren't being blocked. You were being redirected away from what would have limited you. You weren't being punished. You were being invited into a higher dimension of strength. And now, because you didn't react in fear, because you didn't lower your frequency, because you chose truth over noise, you've passed the test. And the universe, the source that holds galaxies together, is about to reward that. It may not happen at the speed you expect, but it will happen with precision, because divine timing is never late. It arrives when your hands are finally empty enough to receive. So let go of the worry. Let go of the timelines. Let go of the old version of you that needed validation. You don't need to prove anything to anyone anymore. Just watch. Watch how your silence becomes magnetism. Watch how your peace becomes prosperity. Watch how your patience becomes power. The stars are speaking, the sky is preparing, and the divine is on your side. If no one told you lately, I'm proud of you, and more importantly, God is proud of you. That moment when you didn't yell back, that day when you didn't give up, that hour you cried but still said thank you. It was seen, and now it's time. Let this be your only task today. Stay open, stay soft, stay ready, because the reward is on its way. If this message found you at the perfect time, if something inside you is whispering, "This is about me," then type it below to affirm it. I passed the test. I am ready to receive. Your words are a vibration. Your intention is a signal. And your next chapter is already unfolding. You've passed the test. Now, Watch the universe respond. And when it does, don't shrink. Don't question it. Don't ask if you're worthy, because you are. You are not a mistake. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are exactly where eternity wants you. On time, in flow. Aligned. This is your reward for the prayers you whispered through tears. This is the reflection of the soul you protected when it was easier to be bitter. Now walk through the door that's opening. Step into the light that's already shining on you. And when you see the signs, and you will, just smile quietly and say, "Yes, I knew this was coming." Because deep down, your soul always did. You passed the test, and now the sky is on your side.